Destroy! Destroy him! Someone's voice reverberates in my still pounding head. It's as if it's blowing away my consciousness. It feels like something is dragging my feet into a bottomless swamp. What should I do? I'm at a loss when I suddenly hear the sound of a door creaking open. What now? I get up from the bed and walk towards the door. When I look to my feet, I see a ball of blue fur wagging its tail. Ah, Ren! Ren! Alba, are you okay? Yeah. I crouch down and pick up Ren. I feel the usual sensation of his fur and cover my face with it. My arms still hurt from when Kojaku was holding them down. Alba? I'm okay. I mutter that to myself and put Ren back down on the ground. I'm fine. I'm fine. I recite that in my head because I feel like I'll fall down if I don't. I fix my clothes back to normal, pick up Ren, and then walk down to the first floor. I pick up my bag still sitting on the sofa and place Ren inside of it. Are you going out? Yeah, I could use some fresh air. I see. I pet Ren's head and leave through the entryway. Alright, well, it's still raining. Rain is still falling, but it seems much lighter than before. I breathe in some open air and feel just a bit of my anxiety wash away. Without an umbrella, I walk around the streets and risk getting Ren all, like, just wet. Unless your bag is waterproof, then that would be okay, I guess. With the rain and the glittering illuminations from decorations, people still enjoy themselves while walking down the wet street. I'm a bit nervous out here, so I walk on the edge of the street. The rain is light, but the feeling of my hair being drenched is an unpleasant one. Even so, right now, I don't have the energy or motivation to do anything about it. Without thinking about anything, I just keep walking. I eventually end up in front of the club. I don't have any desire to go in, but I lean on a wall near it. The wall is freezing cold and completely wet. Well, duh, it's raining. Just being outside makes it feel like that incident was just a dream. But it wasn't. I can still feel the pain from Kojaku's grip on my arm. Even though in the picture he's not even fucking holding on to your arm. Ugh. I wonder if he's going to come back. I don't know if he ever will. Even if he did, would he even help me as far as to get to Toei? I wonder about it, and then suddenly hear the sound of water splashing. Uh, is it the douchebag? Yup, it's him. Hi. You're soaked. When I turn around, I see the man in the kimono again. He smiles and comes towards me, offering his umbrella. I know it's simply raining, but what's wrong? Do you enjoy being in the rain? What an awful look. He grins and tilts his head down, or tilts his head. Has something happened? Hmm. But you should be careful. You're a little too defenseless if you're not. Something you take for granted will jump. They might just gobble you up, you know. I keep changing his voice. I don't know what voice to actually give to him. Oh god. It was just like he said. The man lets out a weak sigh at my silence. I guess you don't want to tell, and that's why you're standing around here. But you'll catch a cold, you know. You should go home. He looks up to the rain, and then his gaze returns back to me. Aren't you going to go home? I don't want to go back. Oh dear. That voice with that line was just perfect. I'm sorry. So, okay, I'm gonna try to keep that voice for him, maybe. The man suggestively squints his eyes and smiles. You'd be a heartbreaker, if you said that as a girl. It's not good to stay out here. So why don't we go get a warm drink? Huh? But it's right over there. He jerks his chin to the building. I'm acquaintances with the owner of that club. I can get us a private room. I also don't actually live in Platinum Jail. He says that while shrugging his shoulders. So he's inviting me to a room. What should I do? Following him sounds fine, even though I don't know his name. Why would he do all of this for me anyway? It seems so strange. But my thoughts flicker between going and not going with him anyway. Kojaku told me not to come close to here, and he reacted badly to me talking with this man here. Then, could this man... Does Kojaku know something about him? It may just be... it may have just been a coincidence. And the man starts pushing my back as if to encourage me to follow his words. What do you want to do? I give him a small nod. You must come. The man gives another grin and holds onto my shoulder. Come closer so you don't get wet. Oh, would you mind telling me your name? Aoba. Aoba, what a nice name. Mine is Ryuho. Ryuho. Yes, nice to meet you. Ryuho's smile fades, and he starts to pull me along with him. Is this really a good idea? Probably not. I listen to the sounds of raindrops falling overhead on the umbrella as we walk. Welp, no turning back now, I guess. Go ahead. Oh god, just the way that he stands. What the fuck is he doing? Thanks. There are white teacups placed on the top of the black table. In the cups are a light brown liquid with an assortment of, I'm guessing that's supposed to be flower petals, not lower petals. They're floating in the water and emit an amazingly fragrant scent. Isn't it nice? I specially placed an order for these. You can't buy them in Japan. I take one sip, and the fragrance floats up to my nose. The flower petals swing around in a lovely sort of way. It's good. That's good to hear. Ryuho brings another teacup and sits down across the table from me. I watch his ever-constant smile and then turn my eyes away. Once I agreed to go with Ryuho, we went inside the club. The dance floor and bar were on the first floor, a tattoo parlor and dressing rooms on the second floor, and a staff room on the third. This room was on the third floor, and it felt as if there was no one who quite compared to Ryuho. I keep almost messing up his name. The room had a Japanese style, but the furniture was European, so it was a mix of cultures. Really? Because from what I could see in that picture, the furniture was quite Asian as well. I found my eyes wandering to various papers of tattoo designs from around the room. It was a strange sight in such a dim room, so it felt a little odd to me. Are those pictures... Yes, I'm a tattoo artist. Really? So that's why it smells a bit like ink in here. A tattoo artist, huh? Mizuki was one too. Yeah, he sure was. And you kind of fucked him over there. I feel a faint pain in my chest and take my eyes away. That design. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah. Oh my god, Oba. Are you really that dense? Oba-kun, do you have an interest in tattoos? Eh? Uh, sort of, but not enough to actually get one. You seemed a bit enthusiastic. If you have any requests, I'd be happy to do them for you. Oh, no, that'd be... actually... Why would you go so far to... why are you being so kind to me? I ask what I've been thinking about non-stop for a while now. Ryuho looks to the ceiling, thinking to himself. I had some interest in you at first glance. Or, in simple terms, love at first sight, I guess you could say. I mean that as a joke. He smiles at my reaction as he grips his teacup. You must think that's a suspicious thing to say. To be frank, I felt that you were different from others. That I didn't mean as a joke. When I saw you, I felt that you had some sort of power. You were overflowing with vitality. Okay. Somehow the conversation topic has turned to a mystical mumbo-jumbo direction. But Ryuho speaks with a serious expression. I feel a force from you, and not just one. Reason, protection, destruction. There's a mixture of those separate purposes within you. Destruction. The urge to destroy. I think that's supposed to be urge, not urge-er. Granny said the same thing about my power. Just as Kojaku said, this guy. Ryuho looks into my eyes and his smile has faded away. I cast my gaze down, feeling uneasy, and then put my teacup to my mouth. The now lukewarm tea goes down my throat and I start to calm down. Was I right? But I don't want you to misunderstand. I'm not trying to delve too deep into you. Oh, I'm sure you're not. That would be unrefined. Rather than a rose-colored oversimplified concept, I'd have it be difficult and extremely complex, just like for tattoos. Ryuho looks at his decorations on the wall and touches his design sketches lovingly. Oh yes, make love to your designs. They may only look like rough drafts, but all of these have been made with precise calculations in mind. I get absorbed when I do tattoos, gliding down the skin, distorting, circling, extending, blurring, and even the variation in colors. I'm making you sound like such a fucking pervert. Skin is a rugged thing. Wouldn't you understand if you've seen blood run down it? When something unexpected occurs as well, there's no part of a person that can't warp. That's why, when I add ink, I feel like I'm adding life to them through that piercing needle. I give even more texture to their skin, and it must be a respectable work. He talks about it with a loving tone. Oh yes, a very loving tone indeed. And his gaze turns back on me. After hearing him say that, I feel even more disturbed, as I've seen some of his true colors now. I always thought his smile was just part of an act, but when he spoke about tattooing, his expression made him seem like an entirely different person.